So 12:45 a.m. I have class tomorrow at 9 a.m. So I thought right now would be the perfect time to make a YouTube video. Alright, so what I wanted to talk about tonight was about the new Ariana Grande album that came out this Friday. I think it was October 30th or 31st or whatever. But yeah, this Friday, Positions. Honestly, I don't like the album title. It just doesn't sound like the name of an album title, I'll be honest. But, the reason why I wanted to give my opinion is because literally the first hour the album came out, there was already mixed reviews, which wasn't didn't really give me much hope for that. I'm like, shit. So it kind of lowered my expectations. So maybe I was one of the lucky ones. But yeah, some people were saying it was boring. Other people were saying it was like her best album of all time. It was very confusing to figure out, what the album was like. So I listened to it myself. And so when it comes to that album, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just review it, one track at a time. So the first track I'm gonna go off of is the intro, which is called "Shut Up." In my opinion, it's a quirky song or whatever. I get it. It's supposed to be cute. I'm pretty sure it was made for TikTok, and just I don't know. I feel like it's lazy. I'll be honest. I get it. She's trying to be trendy, cool, shit like that. But she's already done a song like this before. So yeah, because of that, I don't like the song. It's not a song I would ever go back to and listen to. Like, it would be a great song. A Shut Up would be a great song if the song was actually good, but it's not. The only good thing about it is just the message. It's just quirky or whatever, so I don't like it. 34, 35. It's a good song. I wouldn't, like, if it came on, I wouldn't skip it, but I would never seek out to listen to it. But no, the song, it was okay. Honestly, this song would have been a better introduction because her album's supposed to be about what do you call it? That's YouTube friendly. Making babies. It's a baby making album. And so Shut Up doesn't really match that. I feel like this song just matched it a lot more. Could have been a better intro. Motive with Doja Cat was a bad song. And it's not even Doja Cat's fault. That's the funniest part. Like, again, I'm not saying that Ariana Grande is bad. Not at all. It's kind of like a Justin Bieber situation where, you put a celebrity standard of music so high, anything mediocre is like trash for them. But I'm not saying she's trash. I'm just saying the song is, it felt underwhelming. Just Like Magic is top 5 of my favorite songs. I like Just Like Magic because it's just a confident, chill, I'm the main character type of song to listen to in your bedroom at like 2 a.m. in the morning studying for a test the next day. Off the Table with The Weekend was disappointing. Mainly because it just felt, I don't want to say corny, but predictable. It felt predictable. The song, I already knew what they were gonna do. They were gonna try and do like a part 2 to Love Me Harder, and it didn't work because the Love Me Harder was a good song, but this was just a average song. It was a mediocre song. With Ariana Grande, I don't know if she knows this, but when I listen to Ariana Grande, I think of fun. And if she's doing sad, it gotta be dramatic. It has to be like Moonlight, like Moonlight isn't a sad song, but I'm just giving you an example. But yeah, it gotta be like Moonlight. It gotta be like Imagine. It gotta be like Ghostin'. Like sad shit. It just didn't work out. All right. So next song, 6:30. I'm gonna be honest. I listened to this whole album. I don't even remember what it was like. So I should tell you about that. Safety Net, Ty Dolla Sign. Honestly, this was okay. I like the lyrics, but the song was mediocre. Yeah. My hair, I know a lot of people say they like it. To me, it's like above average. So I'll give you that. Nasty as well, above average. West Side, I don't even remember what it sounds like. I love language. At first, I was kind of confused by the song. I'm like, what the fuck? But after listening to it a few times, which I've done with every single song, and yet I barely remember half of them. Yeah, but when it came to love language, the more I listened to it, the more it stood out. Really, because of just the sound. You know, if this is the kind of sound that Ariana Grande was going for, which if I look at her album cover, and her hair and the aesthetic and her clothing, I assume that she was going for a I don't want to say a 50s or 20s. I don't even want to put a time stamp on it, but she was going for like, that kind of era of music. And I liked it. I loved it, honestly. I didn't like the small little bit after. I don't even know why she did that. It was perfect the way it was, so why would you do it? Why would you do that? But yeah, overall, I would say yeah, top 5. Honestly, fuck, I wish this was a just an EP, honestly, because it is a short album. It's only 14 songs, but there was just a lot of songs you could just take off this album. It's not really needed. So next song, Positions. People are saying they don't like the song. I I don't understand. They're saying it's like one of her worst songs on there. Maybe I'm blinded because of the music video. I'll give it that. But I like the song's positions because unlike the rest of the songs, like positions make sense, in a sex related album that I honestly think is kind of unique of a perspective to go on. You're with this I don't know what she even refers to him as, her man, I guess. She's in this new relationship and she's going back and forth to having this crazy baby making life, to, on the other hand, just being a girlfriend, learning how to turn that on and off. I think that was a cool subject of a song to hit on. So I like Positions. I don't know why people are saying that it's a bad song. It's my top 5. I just, honestly, Positions just gives me Thank You Next vibes. It sounds like a song that would be on that album, if I'll be honest with you. Obvious, I like the song, but honestly, I could be biased. But Obvious is actually a good song. I like Obvious. The main reason is because when you're in love with somebody, and at that moment you just feel like it's such a for sure thing, you know. I just, I can relate to it a lot more than all these other albums. I mean, not albums, all these other songs. Like, okay, I remember Nasty now. Nasty, it wasn't a bad song. It was just something I heard before. But when it came to Obvious, I liked that song. It was sweet, easy to understand. You could, you can understand being in her position, stuff like that. Top 3 of my songs. Top 3. Easy. And POV. I've heard everybody say POV is the best song on the album, and I absolutely agree. I'm happy to hear that people have taste, you know? Because POV is just a song that you don't really, it's like a surprise, like a wow type of song, like, what does my partner see that leads them to falling in love with me? I want to love myself as much as that person loves me. I want to understand how they got to that point, what they see to get to that point, etc. I thought the song was it has layers to it because, one, honestly, when you're having a song like POV, you could apply it to a song about the fans. You could apply it to the song about your family and your lover, things like that. It's just, I love it. And so, let me see. Yeah, 14 songs. Let me see how many songs I like. Like one, two, three, four, five, six. All right, 6, 14. Yeah. So it wasn't her best album. That's okay. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people online putting putting mashing other people's beats onto her songs. There's people online on Twitter saying, "Oh, Ariana Grande's song isn't that bad. Y'all just blah blah blah." But then liking tweets and stuff like that of people putting mashes of this together, saying it's so much better. It's just like, I mean, shoot, man. Maybe the whole problem with Ariana Grande's whole album is just the instrumentals, because her voice is great. It's just, it's a boring kind of album, and people bring up the argument for some reason that y'all said Folklore was fucking boring, and now it's one of her best albums. It's like, yeah, but Folklore told a story, you know, and when you're telling a story, I'm not. I wouldn't say it's supposed to be boring, but the lyrics are supposed to matter. The lyrics are what's most important, not really the instrumental. That's supposed to be background music. But at the end of the day, you're reading a book. So it being boring doesn't matter, because it's all about your imagination. It's all about you picturing a story within your head, and the instrumental, it really should not distract you. But when it comes to Ariana Grande songs, like, put the trap away. Trap isn't for her, man. It really isn't. She tried it with a Dangerous Woman, which is her best album. I know other people are saying it's Sweetener. I'm not saying it's a bad album, but number one, I mean, it is people's opinion. I'm okay with that. But yeah, it wasn't her best album. That's okay. I mean, shoot. Do I think she'll make another one shortly after? Yeah, I do. I think she'll try to do a Thank You Next again. Which songs do I think is going to blow up? Obviously, POV. I think POV hopefully will get a music video. Hopefully, this won't be like her whole Thank You Next era, where we got just, I think we got like 3 videos. I don't know. This time, please just listen to your fans. That's one thing I do give props to Ariana Grande about. She listens to her fans, she responds to her fans, she interacts with them, things like that. That's what I respect about some artists. I don't really like artists like Beyonce, who don't really do stuff like that. I understand it. She comes from a different kind of era in music, but seeing artists like Ariana Grande, Nicki Minaj, stuff like that, it just makes them feel a little bit more authentic. And it gives you a little bit more of a reason to, as the 12-year-olds say on Twitter, stand them. So yeah, what would I rate the album? I don't know if I should rate it by numbers or letters. I think I'm gonna give it a C plus. Why C plus? I'm gonna give it a C plus because I just feel like if this was an album by Janae Aiko or somebody else trying to pursue R&B, you know, that's they would be criticized a lot harder. Honestly, I'm being honest here on Grande. Again, 6 good songs. This should have just been an EP in my opinion. Because again, I know a lot of people are being like, 1 year later isn't so bad, but quality over quantity of music, it should have just been an EP, in my opinion. But let me know your opinion down below. I gave it a C plus. Some people might be upset about that, but I think we just need to accept the fact that people are just not gonna be at their prime all the time. When it came to Thank You Next, it had a lot of layers to it. That whole Pete Davidson situation with Thank You Next was pretty big. It was honestly perfect. So, some people, they just reach their peak, just like Justin Bieber with his album Purpose, best album. That was his peak. That time happened around the whole Selena Gomez situation. Um, yeah, it was like a lot of situations going on when that album came out. And I wouldn't say that's like the sole reason. It's also because the songs were good. That's another good reason why they become best albums of all time. It's just these people, they get so cocky, they think that everything they make is good. And I'm not saying Ariana Grande is like that, but that's just kind of how it felt after I heard the song Shut Up. You know? It kind of felt like she wasn't really taking it seriously. But maybe she wants to be like that. I saw an interview online saying that she wanted to just be like these SoundCloud rappers and just drop music whenever she wants. And I understand how she feels about that. Because, for me, I do art. And I can't imagine having to do all this extra shit just to drop art or like a comic I want to do. So, I understand that. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about the album down below. If, give me your own ratings. Tell me your own top 5 songs. For my top 5, it's POV number 1, Obvious number 2, Position, no. Just like Magic number 3, Positions number 4, Love Language number 5. So yeah, those are my top 5. Let me know about yours down below. Hope you guys have a good day or night. Bye.